Listen, Chika might have messed up, but baby, there's something about him that I like. I don't know what it is, but it's something, especially with them glasses on. Chika, if you don't make it all the way through, if you didn't, honey, hit me up in my DMs, okay? I say that for somebody every time, don't I? But I'm serious. Your girl Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. We are reviewing Ready to Love season 2 episode number 3. Anyway, we start off and it is a brunch, honey. It is a brunch. It is a mixer so that they can get to know each other and set up some one-on-one dates. Here's the first time, the opportunity that they actually get to, you know, really kind of vibe outside of the meet and greet where it was everybody was nervous. We were apprehensive. Like I was there, okay? Look, if they were LA, I would probably have auditioned for the show. Who we kidding? And I just want y'all to know that I absolutely love brunch. So I think that's a great idea because it helps relax. You have champagne, you have food, and it's a relaxed environment. I mean, you'd be cute for champagne brunch, but you know, it'd be real relaxed. Anyway, I thought that, you know, Terrell's change in look with the hat, it did something for him. It was the hat at the next event. Nevertheless, I felt like he looked better. And you know what I noticed? That when they getting ready to get kicked off, we see a lot of them. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, Mario, y'all remember last time I said Mario felt a little arrogant to me because he was giving us the vibe of, you know, I know I'm the shit. But this time, he won me over. Starting that brunch. When he reached out and grabbed Tondy's hand and prayed with her, baby, I was like, melt, swoon. I love a man that will pray over our food, which means maybe he'll pray over our family, which means that he has some spiritual connection. I think I say it all the time when I see men pray. Like when I saw, what's his face? Greg. It's something about a man that will pray, has no qualms about blessing the food and then saying something about, you know, having a good time or connecting or whatever. And I really thought that was really good. And I kind of think sometimes, like, black men know that most black women, not all, most black women have some spirituality, and that like pulls at our heartstrings. If you know anything, you know that you should be reaching over the table and grabbing from my hands and asking the Lord to bless this food, okay? Because you're gonna be winning, okay? I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Okay, let's keep going. He says that when he sits with Tondy, that when he sees Tondy for the first time, that he was instantly attracted to her. Like, I guess he didn't like her at the meet and greet, didn't pay attention much to her at the meet and greet, but now that he's seen her, he was like, okay, I can get with Tondy. So I see Reva and Carrie having a conversation, and when I think back about this conversation and I see next week's episode, I'm gonna be tapping her, tapping, because we're gonna wait so I can see the whole conversation before I open my mouth up. But they're talking, Reva and Carrie, and Reva decides to share her stress relievers, church, the gun range, and coming. Nuts. She didn't say coming, she said nuts. And I just thought to myself, okay, so you want them to see you in a light. At least I want a man to see me in a light other than a sexual being. It's something that he, you know, because that's what they see first. They're attracted to your outer appearance. They ahead. The second one is thinking for them. So they're already super attracted to you sexually. And I don't want his mind to go there. You know what I'm saying? So me already saying a nut, and I'm, you know, oh, I'm doing it by myself, already opens up the gates to say, oh, okay, so she a freak. Oh, okay, so she's comfortable with her sexuality, which is fine. But see, what they see is something different. We're comfortable with our sexuality and expressing it. We could talk about that all day long with our girlfriends. But talking about it with a guy that you first meet kind of gives the impression that you possibly is ready to, you know, let him pull your panties to the side. I'm just saying, if you guys disagree with me, let me know down below in the comments. Well, we see Alexis in London, and they're you know, conversing, and Mike strolls over there. You know, we don't see much of Mike. Mike says he's gonna interrupt. And first off, Alexis is like, what in the fuck? Why is you interrupting our conversation? I'm not even interested in you. Where you been? What you want? Like, that's her whole attitude that she gave me. And as they sit down, I realized, I said, Mike, I literally right here I have Mike, you ain't ready. Because he's asking all surface questions. He too cool. He not really engaged. He might want a relationship, but he still has like player tendencies. And so it's exuding through his pores. Like, he isn't being his authentic self. At least that's how I see it. I could be wrong, but that's the vibe I'm getting from him. And not only when he was talking to Alexis, but also when he was talking to Divine. You also heard him say that Divine and Alexis are his types. And outwardly they're beautiful, which told me that he was shallow. I'm getting beside myself, but we just gonna let that go. Oh no, I'm not. That was right there. He likes Divine and Alexis. He must have said that in his confessional at that particular time. So I see Nina and Brent, and I'm all like, come on, girl, open up. But is she opening up too much? When he asked what happened with the relationship, it feels like she is a bundle of emotions. Like, things that are still like traumatizing and surface for her, things she can't seem to get past. This would be one of them. Her saying that the baby dad, her child's father, it's just hard that he pretty much said he didn't want them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard, and that they don't have no contact, no child support. And she literally starts crying. Now, this could be looked at two different ways by Brent. He could have either said, okay, I like that she's comfortable and opening up and that she does have a soft side, or, okay, this girl is crazy. Like, this is too soon, too much. Why is she already crying? Is she a basket case? Fortunately, what he told us was that he admired her and respected her because he was raised by a single mother. But I don't know if, you know, she's going to have to control her emotions. But let's just talk about it. Let's keep going. So we see Divine and Terrell. We still at the brunch. And he talks about the twins on her backside. Like, that's not appropriate. I'm like, Terrell, you about to be out, because this isn't appropriate. You already talking about her cakes. You didn't really get a chance to talk to her the other day, and now you're talking and you are talking about her cakes. That is so not the thing to do. That is so not cool. Like, it's kind of creepy, actually. I don't want to be talking to no man, and you know, it is, because they do. They be like, oh, you look at your ass. You don't know me well enough to be talking about my ass, okay? You could admire me. You could say I'm beautiful all day long, but you don't know me well enough. I did not give you the invitation to talk about my ass. So, honey, Aisha, she bold, okay? She better than me, because I ain't doing what she did. So Brent is sitting there, and he's talking to, what's her face, Angie, and walks up and joins in the conversation. And Angie is looking like, okay, she's put off by it. When she walks away finally, she says something to the effect of, you know, it's a lot of competition. People constantly trying to bid for their time. But that's the point of, it's like speed dating. You know what I'm saying? It's like being at a mixer. You have to put your A game on. But what got me was when Aisha was like, I want to invite you out on a date. Brent was taken aback. I don't know if Brent would have originally liked her. I don't know if he even mentioned that he liked her. But of course he's not going to say no. And I'm not the girl to ask you out on the first date. I am with Angie on this. Listen, I like to be pursued. That way there's no mistake about whether or not you like me. But we talked about this earlier on the live. If y'all not watching my lives on Sundays, baby, let me tell you how you missing out, okay? But the honest to God truth is, I don't think I would have done what Aisha has done. Like, I'm not that girl. Once I've been dating you, once I know that you're attracted to me, that you're interested in me, I will ask you out on a date. I will cover a date. But I am not about to be the one pursuing you. I mean, listen, I am a catch. I'm the one, okay? Yes, it's me, okay? Like, so you should be vying for my attention and spending time for me. I'm the prize. Aisha really seems to like Brent. I'm not attracted to Brent. I do like the salt and pepper hair. I like a man with salt and pepper hair, but I'm not attracted to Brent. No, I'm not. I'm not attracted to Brent, but I'm not there. And he wouldn't be attracted to me either, child. So let me shut my mouth up. Okay, so now we back on the real world. And Kimber sets up a plant and sip group date. She invites Angie, Brent, Terrell, Alexis, and Jimmy. Now you know she likes Jimmy, but I like that she was prepared with the crudité and the 4 bottles of wine. Listen, if you're gonna invite us to the plant and sip, you should make sure that you got the shit in a row. This right here tells you alone that she is very hospitable, very considerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that men should look at, but they ain't seeing that. Women are like, oh, come on, girl, come through with the setup. Like, that's what we doing. Men aren't really looking at that, but are they? Y'all, fellas, let me know down below in the comments. Alexis arrives late to the group date. But before she arrives, Terrell starts talking about who he was. And at this point, I'm all like, Terrell might be all right. You know, he kind of opening up. He tells us his story about how he did buy a girl a ring, that they lived in 2 different states, that he knew that she was into church. So he flew out there on New Year's Eve to propose to her. She was not at the church. Everybody was almost gone. And they start calling her. You know, he's showing the ring. They start calling her, honey, the girl don't show up, don't call. She pretty much ghosted him. Evidently, he was living in La La Land, because what made him think that she was ready to be married to him? Had they had those conversations? Like, they were far away from one another. She was probably seeing other people. I'm sure he was seeing other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that just made me think of the Jill Scott song. I mean, I was seeing other people. Come on, Jill Scott. But then all of a sudden, Terrell outs Jimmy about the heart. Because Alexis walks in, Jimmy says, I want to know why you late. And Alexis feels like, okay, so Jimmy, is that genuine? Like, are you telling everybody about it? Like, now she doesn't feel like the reason behind giving her the heart was genuine. But honestly, Alexis, let's stop and think for a minute. Lots of people seen him give that heart. I do believe he did talk to Tommy about it too. So there were some fellas there. Like, girl, listen, we, as a woman, okay, I want the man that's interested in me to be boasting and bragging to his friends, to be trying to stake claim on me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what Jimmy was doing. He was like, yeah, I gave her my heart already because I like Alexis and whoop wop wham. Like, you really want them to kind of stake claim on, you know, not really stake claim, but be like, look, I like her. Let me just tell you, you got some competition. Like, I don't think that he should have kept it secret, except for when it related to Kimber. Because baby Kimber was not having it. Kimber was in her feelings. You know Kimber is feeling Jimmy. Kimber was jealous, and it was all over her face, honey. Your insecurities is showing. Listen. Oh, I also wanted to say about Terrell when he was talking in his little story. He said 2.5, 3 years. You know if a woman is marriage material, if you want to marry her. And I think to myself, okay, maybe it's because of his age, because most of the men I know whether or not you're marriage material within the first 30 days. Know if they want to marry you within 6 months to a year. Like, we had this conversation when Deshaun from Plop Life was here. So then Divine and Mike meet up, and they show Divine walking, and I'm looking at Divine going, this walk is a no. It looked like something is stuck up in there. Is the pants too tight? Divine, I don't like your walk, mama. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'm not a man, so I don't need to like it, okay? It just looks like you're trying too hard. Maybe elongate your steps a little more. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Child, maybe I'm tripping. So she's on the date with Mike, who seems relaxed and nonchalant and shit. And he comes in and they begin to talk. And Mike says, one of the first things he says in what's important for a relationship is physical attraction, that he thinks you can't go anywhere without it. I'm all like, Mike, this is shallow. You're shallow. And it continued to go on for me, thinking that he was shallow all while he was talking. He did say that she was bougie, right? Judged her on being bougie, and she was upset about that. But honestly, Divine, you can't really be upset, because people do judge you based on first sight. What they say, you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, people do. People look at you and sum you up. It is not until you open your mouth and they talk to you that they realize, oh shit, she down to earth. She cool as fuck. I can hang with her. I can rock with her. But evidently none of that bouginess, none of it put him off. And you are a little bougie. You're a little bougetto. Cause you get it when you open your mouth. I'd be like, girl, okay, You cool and everything. You the around the way girl, popping it kind of girl. Is that the one who dated Genuine, or was it Tondy? It was Divine, wasn't it? One of y'all told me a couple episodes ago, and now I don't remember. Now, he also says that she's wife material, and I thought to myself, how do you know that? Based on how she looks? You haven't even talked to her for a full hour yet. So just based on how she looks, damn, Mike, you finna be out. I didn't like you anyway. It was something about you that just didn't feel right to me, no way. This is what I had, Mike's out. I just improvised. So then we see Mario, who is meeting up with Angie. He hadn't had a chance to talk to her. I like the fact that Mario was like, let me get to know these girls that I saw and see if I can build any connections with them. And so when he talks to Mario, he said that his first impression of her was that she was standoffish. And I'm gonna agree. When they showed that clip, I thought she was standoffish. And I know that she was really, you know, she really probably just kind of, you know, reserved and, you know, but it can come off as standoffish. I mean, I'm reserved. I've got that kind of vibe my own self, and if you don't talk to me for a little longer, she could have smiled. You know, that smile always changes things. So that's the thing. So as they're sitting there and they're talking, Mario says, or she says, however it comes up about marriage, have you ever been married? He said yes. She said, would you do it again? He said yes. She said, he asked her, and she said, I'm with the institution of marriage. I'm the institution of marriage. And so he was like, why do you keep saying the institution of marriage? Like, make me feel like I'm in prison. She was like, because I'm not religious at all. Now, listen, we all know that religious and spirituality are two different things. If she's spiritual, somebody's smoking weed. It's strong too. If she's spiritual, it's coming through my window. I mean heavy. Got me feeling like, are they standing by my window smoking weed? Are they right here listening to what I'm saying? Anyway, so if she's spiritual, because she was like, I'm not religious. I'm not religious. And I was like, so are you agnostic? Do you believe that there's a higher power, but you don't have a specific belief? Are you atheist and don't believe that there's a God? Like, I'm looking at her and I'm all like, or you just don't believe in religion itself and you are spiritual, you have a relationship with whomever your God is. Like, so he does his charming, endearing thing of reaching over and praying over the food, and he says amen, and of course she just looks like. So and now I'm looking at her and I'm all like, okay, that's probably part of the problem. Like, you're closed off to anybody who is spiritual to begin with. Most, not all, black people have some sort of spiritual foundation, whatever it is, okay? And then I wrote, she is a little off-putting. Lastly, I have a note here that I said, so if your belief system is different, can your relationship work? I'm asking y'all. Let me know down below in the comments. I'm just asking. I'm just asking for myself. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. So Ashima, our girl Ashima, hosts the date. Now this is when things get real. They call it, I forgot what they call it, but out here it's called barcycling. And I think I want to try it. I think I want to have some friends do barcycling. I think I'm gonna set it up. If you in California and you anywhere in Southern California and you think you want to hang out with me, I think this is probably gonna be one of the events that I do, barcycling. I looked it up, 15 people on a bike, $41 a person. I do not believe that includes your drink because you are going like bar hopping. Y'all let me know. If you are, hit me up. I am Talisa Rae at Gmail or any of my social media handles, which is I am Talisa Rae. And tell me that you're interested, because I will definitely book something so we can do like a meet and greet while we relax and have a good time. And we keep going. So on this day, Ashima invites Tondy, Nina, Mario, and Carrie. Okay, so that's 2 men and 3 women. And things seem to be going well. They ask Mario who he's feeling, and Mario says straight out on this trolley, I'm feeling Tondy. And of course, Nina's feeling a little slighted because that's who she felt Mario right off the top. Like, she was digging him. But remember their interaction. He was like, I hope you find your husband. Like, but here he is earlier saying that he would get married again. So he kind of gives me mixed signals. But then again, Nina is a ball of crazy. I still like her. I need her to get herself under control. And I say that because they then ask Carrie, and Carrie says he's into Reva. Okay, we know that. Reva and more Reva. And they point the question to Shima, and Shima says she's all into Darren. Now here's where it gets interesting. Carrie says, well, I know for a fact that he's into you also. Okay? And Nina says, oh yeah, because they had lunch. I know they had lunch. You know how men do. And then you hear Tondy say, we're not going to be dry snitching. So let's just stop right there and let's evaluate that. She's really not, honestly, she wasn't dry snitching, Tondy. And the reason she wasn't dry snitching is because Carrie had already said, I met with Darren and I know for a fact that he likes you. If anybody is snitching, it's Carrie. So let's just clarify that up. She is just confirming what has already been said. Now you can disagree with me, but do it down below in the comments. But shit went left real quick because for some reason, honey, the St. Louis girl heard the word snitch and she wanted to pounce on Tondy. Okay, I mean, it went left. Now, she a real hood girl. She went to cursing bitches and, you know, and it's the murder capital of the world. That's why, like, she really went in. And I really feel like the reason she did that is because she heard Mario say he liked Tondy. Her insecurities were showing. I was like, shh, sis, we can see your insecurities. Pipe down. Be quiet, honey, because all stops because it made her look bad. And if you at all like Britt, this was not the behavior that would have attracted him. Because Tondy handled herself well, except for when you hit a hit dog gonna holler, woof, woof. Now that shit, I probably would have got upset with. But the rest of it, she should have just been like, girl, I ain't dry snitching. It's just facts. And then left it alone. But because she's feeling insecure, she can't stand in her own beauty in a room full of other beautiful women. Okay, we got to know how to do that, ladies. Talked about it earlier. You got to know how to stand in your beauty in a room full of other beautiful women. It's a thing. It's a thing. If you believe you're beautiful, you should be able to go anywhere with anybody and not feel intimidated. And right now, I feel like Nina is super intimidated by every beautiful woman in the room because she does not know how to present herself. Like, she's got so much baggage that's bogging her down that she is not able to really shine through. Like, anyway, whatever. So, but Mario, again, John, you are absolutely right. I do feel differently about Mario at this particular point because not only is he showing that he's a gentleman, he's also a peacemaker. He is a prayer. I don't know if he's a prayer warrior, but he's definitely a prayer. So I'm hoping that the warrior comes with that. You know what I'm saying? But I like how he handled the situation and made sure that the energy was directed and that she focused on him. Then they had a little kiss. I was like, okay, that was awkward and inappropriate. I feel like it was at the wrong time. It didn't feel like it was... Okay, it's never... I don't know. It is. I ain't gonna say it never. There is a wrong time to have a kiss. And that just seemed like it threw her off guard. Like, we just sat down. I want you to focus on me. And then he kisses her. Do you even know if I like you or not, yo? Like... Now, before we even get to the second mixer where, you know, now 2 more people are leaving, I write down Nina really needs to apologize to the group of people, not only to Tondy, but also to the people that were on that bike trolley with her. Like, I feel like she definitely embarrassed herself, like, totally. So here we are at the mixer. Let me see. How write anything else about the mixer? I did. We see Darren and Shima sitting on the couch together, and Nina walks by, and Darren says, oh, I was going to invite you to sit down. And she said, oh, no, it's okay. I'll catch up with you later. She kind of like shunned him because she really wasn't present in the moment. She was still, you know, thinking about the night before. And Shima was like, listen, you ain't going to be able to shoot your big shot if she's sitting here with us. Like, me and you together, this is how it works. But you got to understand, Shima, You might have made a connection. He made a connection, but he trying to make sure, is this the right connection? Y'all. But when you know, you know. So anyway, and then you see Chika. I'm thinking Chika checking her out because he might be feeling her. Like, I really am attracted to Chika even after the blow up. Y'all, I really am. I think that little blow up might have made me even more like, okay. Anyway, okay. So he's being the peacemaker and he's all like, we got to get this fixed. So he goes and he sits with Nina and he says that. Then he goes and gets Tondy. Now Tondy should have rolled her ass over there by herself, but not with Shima. But Shima came as well because she was there. She was involved. And Nina begins to apologize. London steps in and says something. Shima's talking in the background. Chika's talking. First off, this means that the conversations are swirling around about what happened on that group date. So that's a bit embarrassing in itself. Like, there's small chitter chatter, groups of chitter chatter happening about what happened on this group date. And that's uncomfortable, right? They all know about it because that's why London walks over and he says something. How else does Chika know about it? Because they've been talking about it. And as things are seeming like they are progressing, Tondy and Nina seem to be making up. Shima opens up her mouth and says some shit. Women can handle this on our own. We don't need men and women's business. We could hang it out. We could hash it out ourselves. And I thought, baby, that ain't what you say to a man who is being a peacemaker, who said, but that ain't what y'all did. It took a man to bring her over here to start the peace conversation. I have to give him that. She kind of fucked up. She shouldn't have said that. She should have let things flow because now the attention has gone from rectifying the situation to making one even worse. And when I say Chika goes in, like, he's got a bit of an anger issue. He can't seem to keep himself in order. That's what I think Divine was saying in the last episode about he's too straightforward. You need to go check your man. You need to this, and that. Like, I was like, God damn. Chika, relax, baby. Somebody needs to rub him on the arm. He ain't making no connections with nobody right now. All bullshit aside, I really think that he handled the situation between Tondy and Nina very well. However, his own conflict resolution skills for himself are not good. He did not handle that correctly, and he realizes it a minute too late. Like, calm down. Calm down, bruh. Calm down. You don't have to be such a hothead. Relax. Take a deep breath. Walk away. Is that why your relationships ain't working? Is that why you single? Somebody let me know. But holla at me, Chika. Anyway, he realized that wasn't the right thing to do because now here we are. We're voting. Okay? And 2 of y'all got to go. Okay? 2 of y'all can't stay. Now, before 2 of y'all can't stay, before we get to that, Nina ends up crying because she's like having self-reflection and she's all like, this isn't who I am, this isn't who I want to be. I want to uplift and encourage and support women and I feel horrible. I hate to see that happening. You are a firecracker and you just got to figure out how to channel that energy. Honey, I'm a firecracker. I will cry, or at least I used to would have cried in one breath and cursed you out in the next. Or cursed you out and then cried, because the fact of the matter is you do feel bad about your behavior. And she did say, I am embarrassed of how I acted. And people don't seem to understand it. It seemed like it might be bipolar, but it's not. She got a lot of shit she carrying. She got a lot of shit she carrying, and she should have took her ass to therapy. If she ain't did it yet, she need to. I don't know why I wrote this, but I wrote Angie is single because she hard. She got a hard exterior. She ain't let nobody in. She's got her guards up. I don't know why I said that. Something must have happened. Something must have occurred. I don't know what it was, but it did. Because now it's time for... That's what happened. Tommy comes out and he starts asking everyone who their choices are, you know, top and bottom. We hear most of the bottom, and Angie's name is coming up quite a bit. So is Nina, and of course Chika is saying Ashima. Somebody else was like the comedian chick. That was London. And then as far as the men, Mike's name came up a lot, Terrell's name came up, and of course Chika came up out of Shima's mouth. I mean, they had just had a heated discussion, and it had gotten to the point of disrespect. So I could see that being a reason to put his ass up on the chopping block. But Tommy said the top three in the men were Brent, Mario, and Darren. Okay, so I'm here for Mario and Darren. I do like both of them still. Brent, he's going to do more for me than have that salt and pepper hair. On the top for the women were Divine, Kimber, and Aisha. So that means that little Miss Alexis is not on the top. People aren't really loving her as much as they were. She must be being a little blocked. Has already decided who she likes, because that will bring you down. Like, first impression was on your looks. Now people are looking at substance. I don't know, do men look at substance? Of course they do. So I had predicted Mike or Terrell. I don't know if I said that, but then I also predicted Angie or Nina. I also said Shima, I think, but that was it. I'm not gonna go back. But Angie and Nina, Mike and Terrell are all on the bottom. I feel bad because Nina is on the bottom 2 fucking weeks in a row. Nina, you gotta get it together. And you start crying because they feel you're ready to love. No, that's the term that they use. It wasn't enough of them saying that your name didn't come up enough, okay? Angie's name did, because Angie was standoffish. She's reserved. She's got a block up. You know, she's not, you know, she like, chase me, which is fine, but you do have to give them something to chase, Angie. You do have to be available and open to the process of being ready to love. So Angie ended up by Angie. Okay, I know some of y'all liked Angie, but Angie's out of there, okay? Angie's beautiful. Angie will find love. Someone will find her with no problem. Out of Mike and Terrell, I thought Terrell was going and I thought Mike was going. But Mike would be more appropriate, even though we saw Terrell saying inappropriate things like my tongue is this and my lips can do this. And I thought, nobody fucking wants to hear that. Why do men think that that's something we want to hear? We don't want to hear that when we really are looking for a genuine connection. I don't want to know what your mouth can do. I don't want you to know, I don't want you to ask about my mouth either. Because this mouth eat and talk a lot of shit. Okay? But they send Mike home. Mike ain't got no personality either. So I'm good with the choices of who got sent home. I mean, do you agree with them or not? Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are about who they decided to let go and now who is in the top this week. I'm still rooting for Nina. I am. I'm still rooting for Nina. I still want Shima and Darren to work out. But Shima is getting a little too clingy. I mean, they talking all the time, but Shima, you know, go talk to some other people. Go mingle around, honey. Don't put all your eggs in one cart, like, cause we seeing next week he ain't putting all his eggs in one cart, one basket either. Okay. Listen, before we get out of here, if you haven't done so already, if you are new to my channel, honey, come on, rock with me for real. Become a ray of sunshine. Click the red subscribe button, the rectangle one is red with the white writing that says subscribe. Be part of my family. You're right there, so right next to it is that notification bell, so you're alerted of when I upload my ready to love videos. Lastly, because you like me and I'll know it's real, give me a thumbs up. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.